Hello, welcome to Picks Central. My name is Martin Archibald Mush. We are joined here by Big Ev, who is still very upset about his beard. And I'm not going to sugarcoat him, being like, oh, you look cute. You don't look good.
No, it's horrible.
And that's a friend. A friend tells you when you don't look good. You look way better with the beard. Yeah. And I don't like the people saying like, oh, Big Ev. Your name's Big Ev. People know you're big.
Yeah, I mean, listen. I didn't it wasn't like I was magically my beard was gonna come off. I wasn't gonna be not fat.
Yeah, like we knew.
Like, I mean,
we all knew what was under there.
I knew generally what it was gonna look like, but I hate it. I just feel naked. I just feel gross. I feel like just a blob. We're
also joined by Megan. How are you, Megan?
Hey guys. I'm great. Ev, I will say that when that mustache came off, you look like a completely different person after that mustache came off.
I know the goatee looked good. When the goatee was there, I thought that looked good. Yeah, I mean,
Your eyes, nose, and mouth are a lot closer together than I thought.
It's wild, right?
Yeah. I never really seen your lips. I never saw your top lip before.
I would see my lip in almost a decade.
Never seen that lip on you. And we're also joined by Klemmer.
Hello. This is great.
I was about to say something like before Klemmer, but I just said your name.
Yes, you did. Yes, this is the first time I've ever done a show with Megan. That's very exciting.
We found out that we can both squat in the same way, and
That's
everyone
right.
trying to copy us, but it's just we have a.
Look at you guys.
And half of this show can get compact.
I feel like I can. I don't know if I want to.
You cannot do it.
All right.
I think you can do everything.
No, I don't. I don't think I can't play hockey.
What did you say yesterday? You said you can get a hit.
We're going to talk about that.
All right, good. Because that's just insane.
This show is brought to you by the Barstool Sports book. I have the app. Klemmer has the app. We used the app last night when we went to Jersey before the Mets-Yankees game. I obviously came out the winner. Sign up today. You get a bonus. It's one of the best apps. I don't know how many times we have to tell you this, but Barstool Sportsbook is the best app. It's only getting better. We have the best bets. The Hit Parade hit yesterday, right?
Smash, plus 190, check.
Plus 190. Fantastic. Go download it now. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right. I thought this was going to be a nice show. I thought this was going to be, we'll make fun of Big Ev's face for one more second, then just go past it. It's not that today.
What's going on?
We have a rat in the chat. We have a rat in the chat. I want to exonerate myself because Rico texted me after it, yelling at me, being like, bro, what the fuck? I was on a train with no service. And I was like, if you accuse me one more time of something, I'll say anything on there. But I didn't say anything. I wasn't even in the office yet. And then I see Viva La Stool tweeted a screenshot from the Pick Central group chat, and it said why Rico wasn't coming into work today.
12 people in that group.
There's 12 people in that group.
A lot of people.
I am not in that group chat.
I'm going to say it wasn't Megan.
Shout out, because I had no idea what was happening.
Yes, it wasn't Megan. She's also in Chicago. She is not here, so it's like Dave's around today, so people get excited. Big Ev wasn't him. He's got his own problems to worry about.
Got a lot of shit going on in there.
Yeah, he's not worrying about Rico Bosco.
Za blows.
Za would die before doing anything to Rico. There was two culprits in my head. I know the answer.
Now, we're not naming names.
And there was, I'm going to name names. There's two culprits in there. And I thought, it could have been Booze. Could have been Booze.
I don't even think Dave knows my name.
But Booze, it wasn't to Dave. It was to the Viva La Stool people. So everyone
I don't know. Besides Ebo, I don't really know. I don't have anybody else's
The way Booze
number.
came up to me, he would have been an Oscar winner. The way he was like, whoa, what happened? Who put it there?
Also, I defended Booze that he's on the production side. He's not really in the social circle.
And this is my guy. This is a problem. I like this guy. He helps me. I ask him questions. He does help me a lot. But I have to. When there's a rat, you gotta yell. And his name Ebo. Ebo's the rat.
It was me.
I didn't even. I caught him. I even just didn't even say it. He goes, what? The chat? And he just yelled at himself because he knew I was going. I went like this to him. I went like this to Ebo today. I went like this. I was like, don't come near me. And then he was like, what? The chat? And I was like, that's a guy who's guilty.
Oh
So-
yeah, I'm guilty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
It was me.
Why would you do that? That's not nice.
Listen, I'm
Well-
part of the Pick Central team, but my first team is the social team, and we got to do numbies out there.
Yeah, but it's a private chat.
Is it?
Well, all right.
Not?
I'm a bit. People have. Sometimes I can't. I'm not on the show next 2 days. I'm traveling next 2 days. But like, we cover for each other. But it's out there now. Rico said he couldn't come in because of the Wi-Fi.
Bullshit excuse.
So is that why were you mad at the excuse? Like it wasn't
I
like.
was more just taking it back. I'm like, come
'Cause
on, dude,
Brandon's
just
not
come to
here
work.
today.
Yeah, Brandon's moving.
But Brian hasn't. So it's more of is the excuse is better. You wouldn't
I
say.
think Brandon's already checked out of this show. I mean, like
For sure.
Yeah,
we
he's
know
already,
that, of course.
Rico,
But-
like this is going to be your show in New York for like going forward. Like you come to work 5 days a week, dude. I love Rico. Just come to work, dude.
So if his excuse was better, you wouldn't have sent it.
yeah, if you had like to deal with something like family issues and stuff like that, it's like the Wi-Fi is bullshit.
Traveling somewhere.
Yeah, Wi-Fi is bullshit.
Well, all right. Let me play devil's advocate here. What if it's not the Wi-Fi? What if it is something personal going on at his home? He didn't want to put it in the group chat because he knows people will leak it.
No, he'd tell us.
He would tell us.
He tells us. We've gotten excuses from him that we're like, okay, stay home.
Listen, I'm a Rico guy. I want the most out of him, and then when he doesn't give it to you, it's like frustrating because he's very talented and he just doesn't come to work.
So we upset Ebo.
Did you voice these complaints in the chat?
I tell him to his face every day. Me and Jack McCarthy come to work, make a TikTok. Go
But did you
vlog.
say it in the chat, though, Ebo?
In the Pick Central chat?
I
Yes.
think
I
this
don't
is
think
actually more saying it.
I don't think I need to go and.
He's a grown ass.
Yeah,
man.
like, I don't-
You
Yeah,
know
he is.
you have to come to work every day to get paid.
Yeah, it's your job. I shouldn't have to be like come to
Told
work 5 days a
come to
week.
work.
Big, have you got anything?
No, I mean, obviously, I like when Rico's here. It was kind of like obviously, a tough one for him. It's kind of like the perfect storm of he doesn't come in. Dave just happened to pop his head in this morning.
That's the
That's
boss.
awful.
Let me tell
Because,
you.
because of something that had really nothing to do with Rico. He's I don't know if he's saying it out loud, so I won't say. I don't know what I'm saying. Dave.
Oh, I don't know if he's.
I don't know if he's made it public, but just for the sake of if he for any reason he wants to be a surprise, I won't say why he's here, but
Yeah, it's funny why he's here.
it's very funny why he's here. But just to cover my tracks.
So this is a text that everyone's that's his picks for today, so we don't have to go over them. Yeah, so I guess the Wi-Fi upset the Wi-Fi's fine. Yeah.
To his defense, he was trying to write blogs.
No, he's a blogger. Yeah, I blog too though.
Yesterday there was like an AWS issue where like a bunch of server
HQ is down.
Yes, but that's like a host issue. That's like on the server side where AWS goes down. Like that's not it.
Yeah,
That's not on the
Stop
Wi-Fi.
saying small things.
Amazon
Just
Web
tell us.
Service. It's how you host
Yeah.
in the cloud where
See, that's better.
remote hard drives.
I'm still confused. But he's right, though. The point is, though, it was hard to blog yesterday. I don't know. I think this
Well, the blog site got shut down. It was not the internet. It was yesterday. It was the internal server.
doesn't this
The
set
HQ itself.
a bad precedent? Like, if you're gonna start leaking shit from the chat, isn't that a slippery slope?
No,
This has been happening
So I
here
think
for
when we
years.
have actual excuses, like if there's something like you're not going to be or you're filming something, or it's like there's personal things that you can definitely cover. But I think that his excuse of that upset Ebo because it was like the Wi-Fi is you blog, I blog, like, and I'm not saying I didn't read. This is not me. I'm just explaining. I'm the host. I'm explaining the situation. But hey, it's just also Rico, the way, this is what happens to Rico. Rico goes up here, he wins a dozen championship, and then something just happens. Just how the roller coaster of
Yeah,
Rico
he's like
Bosco
he's
goes.
riding high, and flew too close to the sun.
All right, so you're upset with Bosco.
Well, I mean, I was over there in the circle, and we were all just like, where's Bosco? Where's Bosco? And I saw the text, went back and looked at it. I was like, oh, he's just working from home today because the Wi-Fi doesn't work? And we're all like, that's bullshit.
And
I think if you go...
the circle said it was bullshit.
I think
that's
if
his favorite thing.
I think if you go around and polled people around the office right now, you're like, is the Wi-Fi a good reason to not come into the work today? I think they'd say that's bullshit.
All right. Well, that's the we got to the bottom of it very fast. The rat was Ebo. You're still a rat. That's still a rat.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's Viva La Skell. It's back.
Yeah, no, you're
That's the first Viva La Skell tweet in a while.
They've been.
And that wasn't the usual suspect that he likes to blame it on either.
no.
They get
No.
reblocked.
Who? Viva?
Yeah.
He'll have to come out and tweet about it or something. I don't know.
What, do you want
he
to
has
call?
good- if
do
he
you
has
want
good
to
inter-
ask him to call?
If he has good internet, maybe he can
is
tweet
the
it
call
out.
service still down?
He
Yeah,
did
we're
just
down.
retweet. He just did retweet the link for Pick Central, so he should be watching. So hey, Rico.
Of course he's watching. We know he's
Rico.
Rico watches when he's not here. But I didn't do it. I would have kept it quiet.
What's the reaction going to be tomorrow? Assuming he comes in tomorrow, what was the reaction going to be tomorrow with you, Ebo? What do you expect?
He's got to shave his beard.
He better not say nothing about I vocalize when I'm not coming.
He'll just mope to me and be like, yeah, whatever, dude, like whatever.
I thought we were friends.
Yeah, I thought we were cool, whatever, man.
Yeah, we got a rat in the chat today. It's okay. It's not okay, but it's okay. We got to the bottom of it.
It does suck that like we had a great momentum of the week going, like Ev shaved his beard. We had a lot of mojo in the chat yesterday. Like, just to derail it by just not coming in is kind of tough.
You seem deeply hurt.
Man.
You're
It-
hurt.
it's just bullshit.
You are.
Yeah, no, you're a little upset.
it's
It's
like
fine.
it's like a guy that has so much talent and just doesn't try. Like he just doesn't come into work sometimes. It's annoying.
I feel like I'm in like a.
Evo's
Oh,
disappointed.
I am. I'm disappointed.
He's not
in
mad.
him.
He's
I like that
disappointed.
you're not hiding behind it. You're like, this is how I actually feel.
This feels like an angry dad right now. I feel like I need
I know.
to go
I feel like I'm.
No, but
need to
not
go
angry.
around.
He's disappointed.
Disappointed, which is worse.
Way worse.
That is worse.
Way worse.
Yes.
He's like, I'd rather my dad be mad at me than have him tell
Me too.
me. Let him down.
Especially Ebo. Ebo doesn't really say much about, like, he's just usually stays to himself.
Silent leader.
Yeah, I'm kind of
This
I'm
one-
shocked. Yeah, Ebo is like one of the
And that's when the silent leader.
friendliest guys in the office. Like we always talk Orioles. We kind of give each other shit about baseball stuff, but I'm shocked. I guess every man needs to take a stand at one point, right?
Yeah.
Every man has a breaking point, and this apparently was Ebo's.
And I often say when the silent leader speaks, everyone listens.
Yeah. That's.
So I always reference Friday Night Lights, the Ivory Christian halftime speech. When the silent leader goes off, everyone stops in their tracks, and you better hear what he's got to say.
Can we talk about Big Ev's beard?
All right, that's another Bosco.
Counting the days. I'm hoping
Speaking of the chat,
July 1st, I'm hoping I
got a
got
great
something.
text after your beard got shaven.
Who?
You got a great text after that beard got shaven, huh?
Yeah, things are okay.
Well,
Things are okay.
what happened?
Oh no! My host said they'll still have sex with me, so it's okay.
Oh, that's good. For you.
They're willing to look past it.
They like you for your heart.
Me, I guess so.
Because they aren't being like, oh, you look good, baby.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I fucking love Big
I was
Ev.
more gonna say it's definitely not my penis. But
I love Big Ev.
it's
That's,
something I guess I don't know what it is, but
Because Dave said it right. Dave was right because Dave is your beard is like the main thing of you. I feel,
yeah,
and
yeah. No, I was.
the fact that it was only the Nuggets, and I understand. Looking back, it sounds stupid, but at the time, it's like you have the full. You have the field against.
It's so many outs. There was
have the
many teams that
field.
could have beaten them.
You have the field.
They just
you took
didn't.
every team. You basically bet every one of Rico's how Rico does futures in baseball. Took every team but the champion.
That's what I was thinking because that's what Dave said to me. He was like, "Why would you do that to the one seed? Like the beard is obviously very important to you." And I was like, "Yeah." I was feeling myself. I was arrogant, and I just was like, in my head, I was like, the Suns could beat them, the Warriors could beat them, the Lakers could beat them, and I was. Wrong
And then
about
you
all of
like
them.
still have the East where you're like,
Well, I was thinking. Well, I think you got to remember at the time I said it. I'm thinking from the East, the Bucks are going to be there. The Celtics are not going to be like. I thought they were going to be the
Sixers?
Celtics of last year, where they're going to be at least competent.
yeah.
And then obviously the Heat beat the Bucks, and I'm like, oh well that. But even at that time, I still was like, all right, the Lakers are still around, the Warriors are still around, and things just started crumbling in front of me. And then I said to Dave in the video, by the time the Lakers lost, they were down 2-0, and then they lost at home to go 3-0. I was like, it's over.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, the white towel has been thrown in.
Do you know what a merkin is, Ev?
A merkin?
Yeah.
I'm not. You're going to compare what I look like to the merkin?
No. A merkin is something women will put on their vagina if they're doing a nude scene. It's fake pubic hair. And they'll strap it on there so you don't see. I'm thinking maybe like a merkin for your face. You could put like a fake beard, like a glue beard to your
what
face.
weird shit are you into?
No, it's a movie fact.
I will say yesterday, Ken Jack, when I came out, he just photoshopped the beard on me.
And how did that
That
look?
was nice.
It was fine. I mean, I don't think it was as nice as my normal beard, but
I
You
know.
had a great beard.
Yeah, it was
I
a
think
great
your
beard.
too was good.
So I will say the shadows coming in. Like
You know, no, I feel decent about what came in today, just like one day, and it was straight shaven, like razor shaven. But I've got at least a little stubble, so I'm hoping July 1st.
Yeah.
We're like working with something at least.
Yeah.
So
We'll
yeah,
see.
I don't know. It takes like a week for at least some stubble to show up, right? And
I
it
was-
should be good.
I was talking to Max when Max did his thing, and I asked him like how long it took for him to grow back, and he was like, after the first 4 days, he was like, then you start to feel a little bit
But
better.
we talked about this.
But his will go back faster than
Max's
mine, I think.
chest hair just grew to his chest, like his cheeks. Like he's the hairiest bastard.
He's got more. His facial hair is
pretty hairy though.
I'm pretty hairy, but I think he's got more.
You don't even have a 5 o'clock shadow yet, though. It's still like a
I mean, but
big ass.
it literally hasn't even been like 24 hours.
Yeah, it's literally gonna be 24 hours, like in 30 minutes. All right, let's talk a little.
We should talk hockey quick.
I was gonna say baseball, and I was like, I forgot that is this the most forgettable Stanley Cup there has been?
May have been, maybe.
Like this might be a trivia question, like who won the 2023 Stanley Cup? I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot about that one.
I would say
It wasn't competitive. Two basically like newer expansion teams who don't have like a long history at the NHL.
So my question is though, if we're gonna talk hockey, is this one more? The Knights' first year they lost in the Stanley Cup.
Yep.
And then what? Has it been 3 years now or 4 years?
It's been 5 year. So they actually just broke the record for the fastest expansion team to win a Stanley Cup. The Flyers had the record at I think 6 years or 7 years, and the Vegas Golden Knights did it in 6.
All right.
So that is historic.
I mean,
kind
it
of.
is impressive what the first year they got in, they lost, which was really impressive.
That's crazy.
And then now 5 years after they win it, it's impressive.
I mean, baseball has that beat twice.
But I do think it was kind of bullshit how they started their team. Like they didn't get all like the worst players. They got a lot of good.
And a great goalie.
A lot of
But
good players.
it should be like that though.
Yeah, to make it fair.
You should make them like they should be competitive. Like they shouldn't have to just like.
Yeah, but
they can't just make them like a AAA team. You know
But
what
I do
mean?
think like when they changed up when the Seattle Kraken came in, they changed it up so that like the Kraken couldn't load up on their best players, but the Kraken made the playoffs this year after their second year. So it's like it is like they still were a good team after they sucked last year. They're still a good team. So like what
with
it didn't really matter.
With free agency, you're kind of so the 98 Diamondbacks lost 97 games, 98 games their first year. The next year they were in the playoffs because in free agency they went and got Randy Johnson. So it's almost like if these owners have a big enough wallet, it doesn't matter if you're an expansion team.
Yeah,
You
fair.
can load up.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I mean, they did. They got
When did the
got Eichel.
was it Coughlin who took over the expansion Jaguars? I'm saying Klemmer. I feel like you was more of you. Like didn't they make the AFC Championship game like their first year? Or
I
second
believe it's
year?
their third year.
Third
I
year,
could be
okay,
wrong,
third
but I
year.
believe it was them and the Jaguars both made it the same year.
So because I knew like that was with Coughlin because it was Coughlin.
I mean, sorry, them and the Panthers. excuse me.
Yes.
In the same year, they both made it to the conference championship game, which
the
is
Panthers
wild.
had what were the Panthers 95?
I think both were. Yeah, both came in the same year, and I think by 97 or whatever, 3 years later they were both in the.
Obviously early 2000s they were in Super Bowls making like deep playoff runs. But that's at least like 7-8 years.
And the Marlins, they entered the league in '93. They won a World Series in '97. So I mean, there is precedent for this in other sports.
Booze, who's the best player on the Knights? Eichel?
Marchessault, probably. Jonathan Marchessault.
See, that's the problem.
Well,
Casuals.
the thing I was going to ask Booze that I tweeted yesterday.
Mark Stone, maybe.
That I was kind of just casually watching. I feel like they've just been kicking the shit of everybody.
I mean, through the whole entire playoffs, they were just scoring goals left.
Like
and
that's kind of
fucking
where
right.
I just as a very casual fan that doesn't really know what I'm talking about in terms of
Yeah.
context of like the history of the league and those kind of things. I was like, how good is this team? And I'm genuinely curious because, like you said, like I just feel like they've been scoring insane amount of goals. Like they've been winning these games by 5 goals, 4 goals, 6 goals last night.
Yeah, they
just
were
beating the shit out of these teams.
very
Like,
dominant all season.
how good are they historically? Do you think? Because I was getting some like around the kind of like all over the place answers, but the kind of what I expected. That's like sports fans' opinions.
I would say, I mean, I'm not the biggest historian in the NHL, but like I would personally say
Saying, like, your
top 5 most dominant, maybe.
It's just saying your lifetime. Like
in my
like what
in
you
my
watching.
lifetime, definitely top 5 in my lifetime. I'd say.
Interesting. So I was getting some of that, but I was also having people be like, "Oh, like this team, they're not that good. They didn't have to play like the Bruins kind of thing. They had that. They're basically I had some people comparing it to Nuggets Heat, where it was like they got to play the 8 seed in the finals. They ran through them. I just have no real context like based off of it.
The other thing too is it was almost the same with the NBA finals. Like the Panthers were the lowest seed, and they kind of grinded their way out to the finals too. And it's just the Knights were just so fucking good that they just stomped all over them.
Fair enough. I mean, they were definitely exciting, but just I agree. Like, there's some of these games were just. I mean, all these games were just blowouts for the most part.
Oh, 100%. And it was just like, I don't know, it's just two teams that, like, no one's actually a Vegas Knights fan. It's just a fact.
Jeff T.O. would disagree with you.
Yeah. Like,
John
I will say,
Taffer.
they do love them in Vegas.
No, they do.
They have really
I've been to a
genuinely,
game.
they've grabbed
First
the whole,
professional team there.
they really, they grabbed the city for sure.
I've been to a game. It was fucking awesome. Like, it's a club at a game. It's literally, you're at a club. That's what it is.
T-Mobile Arena is awesome.
But
it's a great arena.
You're not like, there's not like true fan. Like, it's, even if you're a true fan, you just
you don't have the
started 5
history,
years
of
ago.
course.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, that's why it's not going to be as big as a Stanley Cup. And like, the Florida Panthers, weren't they dog shit 2 years ago?
I remember them being very bad.
I thought they were like one of the worst teams. Like, they were thinking about moving or selling.
Well, that's what they got. Bobrovsky was like one of the best goalies in the
Well, it's
league.
because they don't have it's because they don't pack the stadium. They don't sell tickets very much because people in South Florida, they don't really give a shit about hockey.
Which is weird because Tampa fucking loves it.
Tampa loves hockey.
But that took time, though. Like,
It did.
Tampa was good for a long time. Like, they
Yeah.
had all those Stanley Cup runs. It took a while to build that up. They had
It's
exciting
just hard.
players like a
It's-
Cavalier and
I don't know. It's just hard for like any like hockey people always are like hockey gets disrespected. It's like because I don't know. It's just not. I don't know if it's not marketed well because everyone can agree going to a hockey game is one of the most exciting. It's one of the best atmospheres to be at.
I
I just think.
Go ahead, Megan.
So I was saying, like, people, like, especially like you're saying in Tampa. I mean, they don't grow up seeing people, and no one's out there fucking playing hockey in the wintertime. Like, it's just like one of those things. Like, I feel like to like love hockey, seeing it and growing up playing it it's a little bit easier to like really get into and like want to watch versus like fucking being on the beach. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
yeah, no, I agree. I think that also like, but it's funny where like all the Canadian teams just suck. Like the Oilers and the Maple Leafs are supposed to be like the Maple Leafs have
Well, the Oilers are good.
the Maple
Which
Leafs
is
are
weird.
but they keep doing the same thing.
Well,
Like,
the Jets
yeah,
made the
yeah.
playoffs too. Winnipeg made the playoffs.
no, they all made the playoffs.
Oilers
They
made the
haven't-
playoffs.
When's the last time a Canadian team has won?
The Cup. I know the Canadians were in it 2 years ago against the Leafs and they lost, but they've been terrible the last few. That's a good question. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, it's just not. I don't know. It's just the NHL isn't being marketed good enough. I don't know what it is.
it's
Is there
super
not enough-
regionalized.
Is there
too.
not enough stars in it that people aren't like? Because
Well,
like,
the NHL markets terribly. Bettman is one of the worst commissioners
yeah, I
he
know
just
that.
scheduling and just like the play like where they make the All-Star game. Like they want to bring the All-Star game to like fucking Calgary. Nobody wants to go to Calgary. Like they do a terrible job of bringing their product to the fans.
Yeah,
ESPN kind of fucked them too. I think they made that deal with ESPN thinking, oh, all right, ESPN's going to market the hell out of us. And they really don't. They market the hell out of the football they have.
I will say.
I don't think they
though,
do a good job with anything.
They really have started to get. We say they market it bad, but like the Biz and the Wayne Gretzky, that panel is becoming like they're very well. They're the second best panel.
You know, no, they're trying to replicate the TNT basketball panel, which is smart. I was gonna say, I mean, I guess hockey fans will speak of this more than me. I feel like they've marketed better, at least better than they have like in the past. Like I do think going to ESPN, as much as obviously they're gonna put football ahead of everything like that, but football goes ahead of everything everywhere.
Sure.
I do think them getting like having the world leader in sports being on that platform is big.
And having Biz and Gretzky on their panel is like big because Biz has all the personality. Gretzky's the great one. That does help for sure. It's just they need to grow that a lot more. They want people to see
I
it.
think people do watch the playoffs.
They do.
I think at least. I mean, I don't know if the ratings,
But it's bigger in the blue blood teams, like all the teams in the Northeast, even like the Blues, like those original 6 teams and the early expansion teams, like they have such a larger fan base than the Panthers, than the Golden Knights. Like the newer teams just don't have that kind of love for those teams like they do their other sports teams in their cities.
Yeah, no, it just was a unfortunate.
It's a bad matchup. If you have the Rangers
Unfortunate matchup. If it was Rangers
or the
and-
Bruins in the Cup, like it's a whole different energy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like
Flyers.
I don't know. It's just like McDavid is one of the best players I think we'll ever see, but I don't know when for some reason when like Crosby and Ovechkin were like in their prime, it was like more of appointment television.
well, they were winning championships.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like
What does Crosby have? 3 cups? 2 cups?
I think I want to say 3.
There's also not enough. Like there's not as much drama Like in the NBA, there's drama all the time between the teams, and like that drives engagements, especially on social media. Hockey players are just fucking gritty hockey players. They just play puck.
It is funny.
Hockey.
It is funny that after every Stanley Cup win, there's tweets from like 6 different accounts being like, so and so has a broken foot. After like, even though they like played on a broken foot, or their jaw is broken, or something's broken, they just played through it, and they're sickos. That's hockey talk, and we don't know much, but that's hockey talk.
That's the truth.
To baseball last night. So last night we're at the Mets game, and Klemmer's doing his book.
Yes.
And realistically, I don't care. He does his book. He likes his book. I obviously will make fun of him doing a book at a game because it's an old thing to do. But during the game, this guy looked back at Klemmer, and Colin Cooper saw this, texted his friend, being like, "Look at this guy doing his homework at the game. Look at Za. Go to my Twitter. I quote tweeted him doing the book with the guy's text message. It's very funny to see when this guy wasn't even really making fun of him, but it wasn't even no Klemmer like the Barstool or anything. But Za's pulling it up.
No, meanwhile, this guy's older than me.
So we can zoom in on that. He texted his friend saying the guy next to me doing his math homework, and took a picture of Klemmer with his book.
How dumb is this guy? They sell scorecards at a game. What does this guy think they're selling? What does this guy think it is? This guy had to be 10 years older than I was.
Bro, when I saw that,
how clueless is this guy?
I thought you were like Drew Barrymore in Fever Pitch, like on her laptop, like working.
I mean, so fucking funny, dude. Because he had nothing. It wasn't like
meanwhile, guy's a Yankees fan.
Just to tell his boys. It was just to tell his friends.
Yeah, just tell his friends.
It was.
I know. This guy's stupid. I can tell you, the guy's a dumb.
I had a question, Za. Well, you know baseball now. I want to know, like, the people that don't know baseball and like didn't grow up playing baseball. Would you know what a book is?
No.
I don't. Yeah, you don't, right?
I mean, cricket has a score card, but only the scorer does it.
That's not. But this guy had Yankees visor on. By the way, visor had a Yankees shirt on, and then like walked through the stadium where people are selling scorecards. Like, what do you think is happening?
Do you think you were the only customer that night?
I know. I bring my own book. I have my own. The book they sell stinks.
Yeah, BYOB is wild.
That's right, bring your own book. You're absolutely right, Megan. Thank
you. That might need to be a shirt for you. A BYOB is
score.
Now
I finally have a shirt that sells.
You should. You should get a bunch of
idea.
It's like a Barstool at the ballpark, but it's like your own is like just everyone does a book together.
That'd be great.
Like, that would be so cute.
You should have a book club.
I would love it if people.
Yeah,
I would love it. I would love to score with other people.
Everyone. It's just 50 plus.
No. I'm sure there's. I will say though, when I went to games in 1998 and I go to games in 2023, the amount of people doing the book has dropped.
Yeah.
Precipitously.
Because there's a scoreboard.
What you need to do is you got to.
There's always a scoreboard, Mario. You think there's no scoreboard in 1998? We
always had a chalkboard.
No, we didn't have a chalkboard.
Klemmer, you got to make a roll call to your Twitter fam. And say, like, you got a book out, like, send me the tweet, like, send me a picture of you doing your book.
Yes.
Well, Carl does a book. Carl's books are beautiful. He does calligraphy. He does a whole thing. I'm much more utilitarian.
You got a roll call to the people to let them know, like, there's a movement. It's not just
unfortunately, Ev, I don't think those people exist on social media because they're all 1,000 years old like me.
There's got to be a few of them, though.
Yeah, maybe.
There's got to be some of them.
For real, book club. Let's get going. Let's go. I'll be at the game tonight, and I'll be scoring the game.
If you're watching this and you do the book at any point, not even just every day, at any time, doing the book, tweet it at Klemmer.
Yes.
Send a little picture.
Yeah,
his head's down the whole fucking game.
Where you're booking your lap in the TV, watching the game.
I have people DM me actually quite a bit during the whenever the book comes up, and they ask me what book I use because it's a great book.
But yesterday was disaster. So then he's asking us, "You think that was a pass ball? You think that was a? You think that was this?" And then there was a hit to center field that I think Pham or somebody missed. Nimmo missed. It hit his glove, and the scorer at the Mets gave him a hit, but Klemmer thought it was an error, and it was an error. But,
it was an error. It should have been an error.
I also wrote in his game notes he didn't like that.
No, I didn't like that. What did you write? So what did you say what you wrote? Meanwhile, I'm doing nothing to him. What did you write?
What that was?
You wrote, Klemmer, you're like a dumb old freak or something.
Yeah.
Fuck you dumb old freak. Like, I'm not bothered. That's like a bully move. Meanwhile, this guy gets bullied by everyone constantly. People say we're walking to the game. Guys are like, "Fuck you, Marty!" Like
Yeah,
people.
I'm at. Also, people are like, Marty, let me take a picture, and then it's also like, well, I'm at a Mets game and I talk a lot of shit about the Mets. No one's gonna be like, "Hey, Marty, good."
I talk shit about the Yankees. People are happy to see me. People hate. People
be honest, a lot more people. I'm not gonna not to be. I think a lot more people know that I hate the Mets more than you.
Well, of course, you're absolutely right.
So I mean, and that's
but people still hate you, and then you turn that hate to me in my nice little book.
I've realized people don't hate me. I think that a lot of people just come up to me and they're like, fuck you, Marty. You mind if I get a picture? It's the same thing. It's like what do I do to them? They don't actually.
Well, that's what I asked when I opened my book and I saw that nasty note. What did I do to him?
Yeah, it's funny, and you know it's funny. And then he was writing his notes during the game under your old freak.
Oh, that was my space for notes. Where else am I to write my notes? I have notes I had to put in the game.
But you probably didn't like your handwriting. Like,
Marty's barely legible. It's like the K was like backwards, and like the words are misspelled. It's all jagged. He's a mess.
Someone's lashing out. He's lashing out. It's okay. Someone's lashing out. I didn't say anything about you being an old freak until yesterday. I did.
I love it. This is my favorite Klemmer.
Yeah, he's lashing out.
My favorite version of Klemmer. Love it.
You gotta fight back against evil trolls like Marty.
Oh, it's not a troll.
You gotta fight back.
You're the troll. Okay, it's 5-1. You're a Mets fan. You know the Mets are one of the worst teams in baseball. And 5-1, you're flipping me off and in my face with your wretched old fucking hands, that alien hands.
How long is your finger, Klemmer?
Disgusting.
Like this long? Is it like a foot and a half? No, just your middle finger. Let me see the middle one.
Ugh, and no thumb out disgusts me. This is how you flip off. That's how you flip someone off. Does everyone else do that? Yeah, it is.
I like that because it's more declarative.
This is like, I'm gonna go.
There's no mistaking.
No, this is. I'm gonna go home and tell my mom.
Look at his face.
That's what I was thinking. To me, when I think this, I think of a little ass kid doing.
Yeah, well, she is.
This is like a grown. Like you're just like. Hey.
Yes, I'm gonna go home and tell my mom on you.
Your finger's like a Ev's finger's like a triangle. It has a big base and it goes to a point. Look at that.
But this is how you do it. Are you in the booth, Megan? How do you do it?
I think I do this. I mean,
what's going on there? What is your thumbs up?
Yeah, they're up, but
she keeps it outside, but she like tucks it though.
Yeah, you're a tuck.
Like,
you're a tucker.
I'm like a wide. Yeah,
tucker.
I keep the thumb wide.
I'm like I'm relaxed. I'm like fuck you. You know, not like.
What about you guys?
Hardcore.
Yeah, Boo's
got
the thumb out as well.
Za, oh my god. That upset me.
He's got the little kid flip off.
I'm actually not really a middle finger guy. I'm not much.
I'm not really either.
Yeah.
Because there's not much you can.
I am while I'm driving. I will when I'm driving. Someone like cuts me off or like I'll use it when I'm driving.
Say, fuck really you, buddy.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to use.
Do you remember
there's the people that do this?
Yeah. Remember when you were a kid and you thought you couldn't flip someone off and you did the Chinese one? You said this is a Chinese one, but it's like that's not it. I don't think. Do
you remember the pearl clutching? The pearl clutching that went on when Mike Vick like flicked off a fan.
No.
You don't remember this? He flicked off a fan. They acted like it was the end of the world.
I mean, that's just like the most. That's mostly like saying hello now. Like people like
yeah, no one would give a fuck now.
Like if someone flipped me off, I'd be like, oh, all right, that's weird.
It's an iconic Ohio State one. He got kicked out of the game playing Michigan. And he just flips off the whole crowd.
Now that's awesome.
The double bird on his way into the tunnel.
Anytime I flip a bird, it's just like whenever my brain is just absolutely blank.
Yeah, when I have nothing, no insults left.
Fuck you.
It's way more fun to just say "fuck you."
Yeah,
I did both. It was fun at the game. It was fun
that's what I wanted to get back to. It's 5-1. You know your team's like an actual embarrassment to baseball, highest paid team. Can't win baseball games. It's 5-1, and you're feeling yourself, and then like obviously they lose. You know they were gonna lose. You paid a guy $40 million to give up 6 runs to people that barely should even be playing in the major leagues. Don't you see that coming? Like, don't you know it's going to come? And you know it's like the Yankees are a superior team. Just let it happen.
Well, your lineup is so bad, I didn't see it coming. So I was surprised.
It's not bad when you beat your number 1 pitcher.
Well, you can make case Verlander's our number 1 pitcher. But
speaking of which, how do you think he'll do today?
Do it tonight.
Not good. The Yankees are one of my picks, so. Cold.
You're betting against the Mets?
I'm just saying it. I'm not. I will say this. I'm not going to place the bet myself.
Okay.
But I'm putting it out there as a smart bet for people. I think it's a smart bet for people to take. I will not be placing that bet myself.
Fair enough.
I will say, as a Mets fan, you should be upset. I'm not a Mets fan. I'm. That's disgusting. But if you are a Mets fan, what I saw this morning is so stupid. The Vogelback thing, where they're saying that Vogelback. They're not putting him on the IL, whatever it is now. They're putting him on the IL. They're wasting a roster spot, but giving him time for his mental. I'm okay with mental.
For his mental.
I'm okay with mental health. I'm okay with it. You need mental health break? Take some time. Go for it. But put him on the IL. Put him on the IL for it. You're wasting away on the fucking bench.
Are you allowed to put someone in the IL?
Yeah, dude. You can have mental health on the IL, or just say his fucking knee hurts.
Somebody was on the IL last year with like mental health.
Yeah,
Trevor May was
stuff.
this year.
Yeah, for like a while.
On the A's. So
Okay.
it can happen. The ninth inning was an absolute disgrace for the Mets. So you have Louis Guillorme, who is a defensive first player. He's not a good hitter. He's never been a good hitter. He never will be a good hitter. He's in the batting in the ninth. In a one-run game with 2 outs. And you have Mark Vientos on the bench, who is strictly up there because he can be a hitter, who's a rookie, should be getting plate appearances. And you have Vogelback, who, like you said, Marty, should be on the IL. What are we doing? What is Buck Showalter doing? He says he's proud of these guys. I'm not proud of anything. This season's been a fucking disaster.
So I've been in that mental warfare with a coach where they say like they're proud. So I get mad at that as well, but you also have to look at the other side of like, you are still the coach. You're with that team every day. You're going to throw them under the bus. You're going to say this team's a joke.
Got to be a middle ground, Marty. You can't say you're proud of a team you're paying $360 million to, and they are 5 games under 500. You can't be proud of that. I'm gonna yell because I'm pissed off.
Yeah, well, your team's a joke, and
I'm mad about it. They've lost. The last 4 losses have been awful. They had the lead in every single game. They've blown it in every single game. If you're a Mets fan and you're not pissed off right now, then I don't know what to tell you. Like if you're not yelling right now, then you're wrong. You should be mad. People should be mad. I'm pissed off. I thought this team was gonna win 100 games this year. I'm bought the Sunday package. I was excited to go to these games on Sundays.
He bought the Sunday package.
I like going to. It's ruining what I thought would be really fun summer. I'm upset. I'm upset. I think people should be upset when it's something they care about isn't doing. Like, you had high expectations. It's frustrating. There's no way out.
Yesterday, I brought a proposition to Klemmer. I said, you get 2 full week vacations. 2 full week vacations to anywhere in the world you want, fully paid. 2 weeks, and you could do 1 week somewhere, 1 week another place. Or
sounds lovely.
But you can't go to any Mets games. You can watch them. You can watch any game you want. Can't go to any Mets games.
Well, just for this season?
Yeah, just the season, or season tickets. He pondered on it for quite some time.
Not really. I said immediately. I gave a pretty quick answer. Once you guys said I couldn't go to the games.
Yeah, you said I'll take the games.
Of course.
That's insane.
I love going to baseball games.
I do. I like going.
How excited was I before the game started? I got my book out. How happy was I?
Yeah, no, you can't. The way you came with your 2 hot dogs and the mustard in your mouth, I didn't like that.
You sell the tickets?
Can you sell the tickets?
I'm saying in the sense that I'm not going to go to every game.
No, you can't sell them.
It's like whenever
I'm taking a 2-week vacation.
we were in Ohio and some guy asked Jake Marsh, like, what would he do if it wasn't like March Madness? Like, if he could go on any vacation right now, where would he be? And he'd be like, I wouldn't. It's March. It's
and
like,
that one to me is more hard for me because I can watch the Yankees on. I think the best spot the best spot at any game is on your couch. You got your own bathroom. You got your own drinks. You got your own food. I get it. I like going to games. I would never go to every game.
Every game is a lot. I guess the question was, would I have a 2-week vacation, but I can't go to any games, or I can go to games if I want to? And the answer would be I would go to games if I would choose to go into the games. I would hate to have a whole season go by I don't go to a game. That sucks. I love going to games. It makes me so excited. I have so much fun. And it's no hitters, everything else.
Before I get to the rest of you guys, I want to talk to you because you can do this with Game Times. You can go to every single game if you want. You can do what we did yesterday, and it's code STOOL for $20 off. They literally got us tickets right behind the Yankees bench.
These seats were awesome last night.
Yeah, and we went we went on the website right before the game. We were like, let's go to the game. It's a very instant thing. It's not, you don't have to plan it. There will always be the cheapest available tickets for you, better than anywhere else. So it's created by fans for fans. Game Time is a ticketing app that makes it easier than ever to score last-minute deals on tickets to sports, concerts, shows, and they guarantee the lowest prices. So last night we literally did it. Big Ev did it at the Newark.
I've done it a bunch for UFC, baseball. They're just the best tickets for the best prices. Last minute's a no-brainer. They're the best at it. Shout out Game Time.
And the best part about it, the purchase process takes just 2 taps and 10 seconds. Some of the places, it's like, ugh, it's horrible. And Game Time, it's boop, boop, I'm in the 20th row, fucking sick.
Subway Series. Awesome.
And it was the cheapest you could get anywhere. It was the best. Skip the hassle, enjoy the moment. Download Game Time app and go to the website and enter your email and redeem code PICS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. All right. Yeah, no, the Mets are a joke. We're not going to make this a Yankees-Mets thing today, though. So
I gave you some weird events that are going on this weekend. So 2 big events coming up. College World Series starts this weekend. We odds for
Go
that.
Tigers. Go Tigers.
And we have Call of Duty World Championship this weekend. I was wondering if you guys wanted to pick a team to back.
I do. I'll give everyone the names.
Okay.
We'll all pick one. Atlanta FaZe are the favorites. Because I knew that because FaZe is they're good.
Fine. What's the line?
Plus 200.
Okay.
Optic Texas, Toronto Ultra, New York Subliners. Gotta get a better name than that. Los Angeles Thieves, Boston Breach, Seattle Surge, Minnesota. No idea what that could be.
Rocker.
Spelt ORKKR.
Yeah, it's like a Viking type vibe.
With a slash through the O.
Well, yeah, it's Nordic, though.
Well, that's a reason why they're plus 5,000.
Boston sounds cool.
They also have to start in the losers bracket. The 3 long odd ones have to start in the losers bracket. They only get 1 elimination.
I don't hate the Los Angeles Thieves.
That's TJ's team. If you'd like to ride with TJ.
And TJ's a kind of a nerd.
I think TJ's kind of in that world. He's kind of in the know.
I like the Subliners.
Yeah, of course.
That's owned by the Mets, I believe.
Oh, God.
There we go. How about that?
Yeah, that's the last thing we need.
Let's go, Subliners.
Subliners is a bad name. Just is.
They're going to come in like 4th.
I'm going Los Angeles Thieves.
I'm with Thieves on you too, Marty.
You know, because I'm pretty. Didn't he used to give picks sometimes to TJ?
Yeah, I think he's pretty good. I think
I'll ride with TJ.
Yeah.
Why not? He knows what at least I know he a little bit knows what he's talking about.
I do want to talk about one thing going on in MLB, though, that we have a real-life Major League scene happening. We have a Major League team that is their organization is trying to, like, basically tank. We're selling the team. We're not selling the team. We're going to Vegas. We are getting out of here. Same thing happened in Major League, right? They like that owner hated it, and then all the fans got behind it. These players supposed to suck, and now, I mean, they have the worst. Do they still have the worst?
Oh, the Royals currently the worst record. The A's are horrible. They've won 7 in a row. I know the Royals.
They beat the Rays twice.
I know, but they're horrible. Like they're going to lose over 100 games this year. It's a guarantee.
But them winning last night was. I didn't like the trash on the field. That was stupid. I don't like when people, because you know other people have to pick that up. That's just
an asshole move.
Yeah, just don't throw trash on the field. I hate that. But besides that, the rest of it was awesome because they got 30,000 people to go, and they're yelling, "Sell the team." Fans, I will say, fans have more power than you think. They don't have a lot.
They don't.
But
they don't because. You know the other news item that happened yesterday?
What?
The Las Vegas approved a $380 million, basically.
100.
They gave the A's $380 million to build a stadium.
100% when you have
approved
that
by the
money.
government.
But sometimes fans do have more power than they think. Where like if they did this, maybe like if they really started fucking with it before, it could have been. But yesterday was.
Are they really A's fans? Like, let's just be real. Are they really?
I don't know.
I think they are.
I think they are. Of course, I would be so.
They used to have a big they just got so bad.
Yeah,
really
I know that's
bad.
what I'm saying. Like, I mean,
in the stadium, my understanding, the stadium's a shithole as well.
Stadium's awful. They have
That's what I'm
sewage
saying.
will go in the clubhouse. It hasn't been taken care of or maintained properly in years. It's an ugly place to go since they built Mountain Davis in center field. It's a horrible place to watch a game. They've been trying to move for a long time. It got greenlit. Major League Baseball is behind this. The Oakland A's ownership is behind this. The only people left getting screwed are the fans. And unfortunately, Marty, the fans don't have any power. And this is why, I mean, it happened in Brooklyn in 1958.
Yesterday was, you have
now.
to admit, yesterday was cool.
It was cool, and I'm glad they have some sort of voice. But unfortunately, the voice is, no one is listening.
Yeah, but there is even though that they're gonna move. That's over. It's happening. But it is like funny that fans do have a little bit of a voice to like kind of fuck with the ownership being like, because everyone's just now. Because most people wouldn't care if the Oakland A's moved to Vegas.
Could this end up back? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Could this end up backfiring on the A's and the ownership? Because what if nobody goes to any games in Vegas? I mean, I know
That's
it's
not gonna
Vegas.
happen.
It's
They
probably
will.
not gonna
I mean,
happen. But
I
like,
think Vegas is going to grab out of this team.
And he's going to make the team better. He's going to finally invest in the team. Now, the real culprit here is Major League Baseball, which should be ashamed of themselves. There's a relocation fee that typically is in place if you want to move your team. It's very high. I've heard rumors it's $1 billion. Now, Major League Baseball has waived that fee for the A's. In other words, saying, we want you to move to Vegas. We'll do whatever we can to help you with this. So Major League Baseball is the one really fucking over the fans. You understand why the A's owner wants more money.
I don't agree with you.
Why?
I think that, to be honest, a Vegas team is way cooler to have than the Oakland A's.
That's great, but what about the people in Oakland who have supported this team since 1968? They've been there since 1968, Marty.
Yeah, but it's. I mean, what happened? So like the St. Louis Rams go to L.A., they win a Super Bowl.
they
no
still
one
have the
cares.
Cardinals though. Like this is Oakland's
Oakland has-
last. This is
no,
the
they have
Oakland's last
Warriors.
team.
Yeah, they have the Warriors.
I mean,
But isn't that more San Francisco?
Yeah, they moved from
It's the
Oakland
Bay
to San
Area.
Francisco a few
Bay
years
Area.
ago. I know it's the same. It's but still,
Yeah.
like that's.
I know it sucks for fans, but it's also for Major League. But if you're looking at the Major Leagues as a business, you're going to move them to Vegas 1,000%. You're looking at the business side.
You could also have an expansion. They talked about having expansion teams. One of those expansion teams
They're
could
going
have
to.
Vegas.
They're
They are
going to,
right.
and they're going to have it in Nashville. That's way better
Nashville
than
and probably Charlotte.
So honestly, though, think about it as a business. You're the commissioner, and you're like, okay, I could have a team in Oakland and Nashville, or I could have a team in Vegas and Nashville.
Right.
You're gonna pick that.
I guess I just think
do
that
feel
there's
bad
something
for
to be said for
fans.
history. There's also look at the NFL. You could be like, why have a team in Green Bay? That's stupid. Like Green Bay is a tiny town. Let's move it to a St. Louis or a bigger city. There's something to be said for tradition and generations upon generations rooting for a team. If the Yankees moved, you'd be devastated.
Yes, but they wouldn't because they have these stars and they have the tradition. The A's have been awful.
You just happen to be lucky to be born in New York as opposed to being born in Oakland and losing your team.
Yeah, of course.
But that sucks. But how would
the
you
A's,
feel, though? Put
okay,
yourself in their shoes.
I don't honestly. Their team sucks.
I think you're talking about two different things right now.
Yeah, you're talking.
I'm not. I'm talking about a fan losing a team.
No, Klemmer, you're correct. Like, obviously, it sucks for
Yeah,
the
it
fans.
sucks. We know that.
I think Marty's just talking more, and I know you understand it. He's just talking more like from a business side. It's like
Yeah, I understand. It sucks.
I've said it because we talk about a hot ice some. Like I actually started dealing with the A's fan because I was like, if you're an A's fan, like we need to find like an A's fan who's like, and he would start dealing with the back and forth. That sucks.
terrible.
I'd be devastated if the Yankees left or Giants, Knicks, whoever teams I'm a
Right.
fan of. If they just left, it'd be horrible. Like I can't imagine that would really. I mean, what do you like? I guess you still root for him. I guess like I don't even know like.
That's what happened in
I wouldn't.
'58. The Giants and Dodgers both left. The National League teams like, I'm not going to root for the Yankees, and that's when the Mets came in '62.
That's
I mean, I get
I'll ask this,
what-
would you stay with the team?
No, I wouldn't.
I feel like I would.
No, they turned your back. No, because the ownership, you can't root. No, because like I'd be like, John Fisher's the owner of the A's. Like you fucking, I'm not going to give you money. Fuck you.
What are
You know what?
saying,
You're right. You're right. I guess it's
Megan?
for me. It's just my look. It's hard for me to wrap my head around being in that spot, like because this team that I've just loved and cherished for so long, I couldn't imagine them just like leaving me. Like I don't know what because then I couldn't imagine what am I gonna do? Just be like a Mets fan? I would never do that.
No,
like
absolutely not.
Right.
I don't even really like hate the Mets like that. It's more just like
I wouldn't be a fan.
I'm a Yankees fan. Like, what do I do? Like,
what were
what
you
do I
saying,
be-
Megan?
I just like, again, I mean, it's pretty obvious, but it's just like, I feel like anyone that moves their team to Las Vegas is just absolute, just like sellouts.
Oh, they
It's
are
like-
sellouts.
Yeah.
1,000%.
It's just
Definition.
like, you know, it's just like those people, you go to Las Vegas to gamble. Like that's pretty, I mean, you don't really have to anymore because we have the access to our phones. I mean, but you go for the experience of like Vegas. You don't go to fucking watch a baseball game. Like it's nice to go like hungover if you're with your friends on a bachelor party, but like no one goes to watch sporting events in Las Vegas, right? Besides the UFC.
Well, you got
But I think
Golden
I
Knights.
think what they've done there. I know like they've done it with the Raiders. Some of the Knights have done a good job. They've tried to make it like a Vegas experience. Like even for the I know it's even small things like for example like the Raiders like
I just couldn't be a
Bruce-
fan of
Bruce
that. though. It
Buffer
doesn't feel
announces the
real.
names. They try to make it big and flashy and like a show. The Cirque du Soleil type of vibe. Like they try to make it a big thing. I've heard like I've been at T-Mobile for UFC. The stadium truly is incredible. It's a phenomenal arena. Really nice arena. Even to watch UFC, I was in the second deck. It's fantastic.
UFC seems like a sport you want to like boxing, UFC stuff like that that's been in Vegas for a long time, like fights, like that seems right. But like watching a fucking baseball game or like even like with the Raiders in Vegas, like I didn't love that. Like it's just weird to me.
But I think it'd be cool. Like I could see like going like especially if you're there for a bachelor party for 3 days. Like a baseball game doesn't take up a ton of your time. Like I think that's like that could be like something if you and your friends are baseball fans, go see a game for 2.5, 3 hours.
Listen, yeah,
I guess. I guess if you're living in Las Vegas, you don't really live there for sports. I guess.
Vegas is a big like a lot of people live there, and I think just the way they've gravitated to the Knights, I don't see why they wouldn't gravitate to a baseball team as well.
I just think that business side, as the owner of the A's, you're like, I'm gonna make way more money in Vegas. I did tell you, my dad was at dinner with Mark Davis. He said it's gonna be very hard to sell out that place 82 games.
Oh, I agree. That I'm sure.
You don't need to sell out of baseball.
Oh, he was. This is Mark Davis, not me. He said it's very hard to fill the stadium for 8 games in Vegas. I can't imagine.
Hard for him to get a haircut. So.
You don't like Mark Davis?
Mark Davis? He's fine. He looks like he's got a bad haircut.
That's not nice.
Yeah,
you drink a lot of Cokes today.
You get a better haircut.
I'm a fan of Mark Davis.
I'm surprised you.
Why?
I was asking Klemmer how many Cokes.
I feel like everyone. Do you like Mark Davis?
I wouldn't say I like it, but just like I would say, I always think it's funny when people that are that rich just like look kind of like dress shitty and look.
Yeah, that's why I like him.
I think it's kind of funny.
He moved his team. He's a sellout, just like Megan said.
Yeah, but
I'm kind of with you, Marty.
Okay,
like
he's got sellout.
He's got all the money in the world, and he still just looks like a coconut head. Like I kind of love that.
Yeah, I like that because he just like doesn't. That's it. That's him. But
his dad was the man.
I really don't get to. I always try and put yourself in the situation. You'd be a sellout too.
Why do you say that?
Everyone would.
Well, they more money.
Some people would. Hold on. I think what he's saying is if you were in a position where your job is for the best interest of this team making money, they're in a spot where
fans.
Right or wrong, I don't think
the
they're
owner
thinking
can be
about
a fan.
fans.
I disagree. Robert Kraft is the best owner in sports. He's a fan of the Patriots. He kept them in New England. They were going to move to St. Louis. He kept them there.
Yeah,
that's what a real fan does.
No,
that's what Klemmer would do. Klemmer would keep everybody where they're at.
The A's.
Why were else owned by the team?
The problem is because you said the why Green Bay small. They've had the best quarterbacks in the attraction. The
A's 70s and 80s.
They started with Bart Starr.
Bart Starr. That was the 60s.
But I'm saying they had to like.
And then Brett Favre, and then fucking Aaron Rodgers for a long time. So that's what keeps them.
Also,
there.
well, there's a shit ton of Packers fans.
Right.
Packers are a world.
Yes, but the A's
are national fans.
A's have had nobody. They are making no money. He's an owner of a team is making no money, and someone offers him to go there. You're gonna take it.
He has roots. He's from that area. I just think it's such a turn.
So you're gonna keep taking. You're gonna keep
sell the
losing
team.
money?
Sell the team. Don't move them.
That's just you're not thinking business wise.
I mean,
I will say I'll come back. I'll come back. I think the owner itself is a sellout. Like he's
a sellout.
Klemmer's right that I was thinking more like the other business people. Like the owner itself obviously has the power to keep him there.
Yes, he's a sellout. 1,000%. I think he'd call himself a sellout as well.
No,
it's like Dave. Dave literally called himself. Yeah, of course I sold out.
It is just it is him being from the area. I didn't know he's from the area like that. That is tough.
I don't know.
Aaron's owned the Gap. That's where we got his money.
Okay, interesting.
Let's do our picks real fast.
Shout out A's fans, man. That is brutal.
Yeah, shout out to the A's.
Very brutal.
Yeah, no, it sucks. Like now as a fan, I'm like, oh man, that would be awful. They took away a team that I love every single day. I understand it completely. And I would not be a fan of the Vegas A's. Big F.
I'm on the Mets Yankees over. I think we get some. I think Mets we always get some chaos. Yankees money line, Blue Jays Orioles over as well.
Megan.
I'm on Blue Jays first 5 money line, Marlins money line, and D-backs Phillies over the 8.5.
I have the Yankees money line. I mentioned that earlier. I just think Garrett Cole. What are we doing here? Reds money line. Astros minus 1.5 there with that run line. Framber Valdez. The Reds, by the way, are most exciting team in baseball. I know Rico got them at 17-1 to win that division. The Reds could win that division. It's very possible. And the Cubs over 4.5 runs because they're going against a pitcher making his major league debut who has an ERA of 4.7 in AAA. He's 27 years old. This guy is a bum.
Love that.
Let's go Cubs. Let's
get
some runs.
I might tell you on that, Klemmer. I like that.
Yankees. I think that's a crazy line for. I know Verlander's pitching, but like Cole is gonna mow down that lineup.
Just keep thinking about who was it? Was it Frank that was like he was out eating brunch? Like
Yeah.
I thought about that all morning and just being
Yeah.
like he was at brunch.
I got the Tigers. Because I got the Giants. I took the Rockies the past 2 nights against the Red Sox. +2. It was +210, then +190, and I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what? I'll take a little flyer on a 200 +200 because baseball is the one sport that's like no matter what, Cole could be pitching against the worst pitcher of all time and still lose.
Oh, things can happen for sure.
Look at the fucking A's.
Yeah, the A's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They've been +200 probably five of those games +200 or more.
exactly. That's a show. We still got a minute, but hey, TJ, do you think the Los Angeles Thieves are going to win this weekend?
Be the first back-to-back chance in the history of the COD League, but I think they could do it.
Fuck, they
It's good
won
value.
last year.
What? They won last year.
That's great value. +500.
10 years
What
of
about
the Call of Duty competitive league. No team's ever gone back-to-back at champs.
What about the Boston Bachelors?
Boston
they?
Breach?
The-
No, I don't like their chances at all.
The
Bad
New York,
draw.
Oh, man.
the New York Subliners are losing.
I've heard a good thing about them.
Yeah.
The Subliners?
They're not terrible.
Yeah, see?
They ended the year hot, too.
Subline.
See?
Oh, Subliners!
Take Optic or Fizz. They choke at champs every
Tell
year.
you something. He said they ended the year.
It's gonna make me put a little sprinkle.
Don't take FaZe. Fuck FaZe.
Fuck face. All right, that is the show. Klemmer, you wretched old freak.
No.
We will be back. I will not be back tomorrow, but I think Bosco will be back tomorrow.
I'll be here tomorrow.
You guys be here tomorrow. That's
I'll be here.
Bosco versus Evo tomorrow? It could be interesting.
Yeah.
Guess we'll see.
If he comes.
Has he texted you yet?
Oh, no.
That is the show. Yak up next.